So let's talk about how to raise your mood when you're feeling down or stuck, depressed, or just stuck in a rut, unmotivated, uninspired, stuck in your patterns. Where are you putting your attention? This is a really tricky thing sometimes. Actually, it's stupidly simple and also stupidly difficult. Where you put your attention is so important. And when you feel down, when you feel stuck, it can seem very difficult to focus on anything else. The basic idea is focusing on the present is not necessarily the thing to be doing. I know this seems to fly in the face of mindfulness and the whole wisdom of living in the moment and being present with what is and accepting what is and accepting your feelings and all of that, which is all good. But at the same time, what we tend to often do is become very attached to what we are not enjoying, not liking in the present, in our circumstances, in our surroundings, in our relationships, and in our feelings, and our body. And the more we focus on that, the more we tell ourselves a negative story about that, the more we reinforce that, the more we create that, the more we attract more of that. And it can feel like a never-ending snowball that's hard to get out of. It is so important, even when you don't see the direct, immediate effects, to intentionally put your attention somewhere else. And that somewhere else can be on any positive thought or affirmation or vision, image, imagination of something other than what you're experiencing, even if it's just a little bit better than what you're experiencing. It doesn't have to be profound, it doesn't have to be way beyond, because that can feel like too much of a stretch, too unbelievable, too hard to get yourself into that space when you're feeling down. So just move the needle a little bit higher. One of the simplest ways to do this is through the affirmation of I am. I am is a very profound, very essential 2 words to say to yourself. And that can be the object of meditation, actually. And when you go deep into the feeling, awareness of I am, amazing things can happen in your consciousness to awaken more to your true nature. There's all kinds of biblical references and references in Eastern philosophy, spiritual philosophy, around this concept or this phrase of I am. But just in everyday use for affirmation, use I am preceding some words of support to yourself. I am powerful. I am happy. I am joyful. I am enough. I am lovable. I am creative. I am overflowing with energy. I am overflowing with creativity. I am an unlimited being of great power and light. You can go on and on and on with affirmations, but just find something to say to yourself other than I'm stuck, I'm depressed, I'm sad, or describing your situation and why you feel stuck there. You know, we can tell our story over and over again for weeks and years and decades and not do ourselves a bit of good to get unstuck from it. And frankly, this is one of the sort of shadow aspects of psychology in general when it comes to therapy, is that people often get into that rut with their therapist of talking about their old stories without actually releasing it or doing something to get it out of their system once and for all. And telling your stories in and of themselves does not liberate you from them. It only gets you more identified with them. So you cannot get out of your state of consciousness by meeting it at the same level of the mind. You have to get outside of that. You have to get to some higher vantage point or some other state outside of that one in order to move beyond it. There isn't any other way. So I leave you with that. Focus on something other than the present. Kind of flies in the face of a lot of things I do talk about in regards to meditation, being present and being accepting of yourself and of everything. But really, these two things are not actually different. They're just different ways of looking at the same thing. Focus on what you want, not on what you have, if what you have is unpleasant and unwanted. Don't tell yourself you're stuck. It's even not so great to say, I am depressed, or I battle depression. I don't like that one at all. I battle depression like you're fighting a dragon every day. I know it's hard. I know it's difficult. I know it's painful. This is not meant to diminish anybody's experience, while at the same time be very careful with your words, because words are powerful. And what you say to yourself, especially what you say to yourself over and over again, is extraordinarily impactful to your consciousness. Choose wisely what you say to yourself and where to put your focus. That's your tip for today.